Happy Monday, Dat Nation. Before we get into today's Saints news, trade rumors, and all sorts of fun content that we got to break down, I want you guys to hit me up. Take 10 seconds. Just find me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I made it easy for you. I couldn't have done it easier. Trace Gerard48 on all three of those platforms. I'll have the links to my pages as well in the comment section in the description. Hit me up, send me a DM me something about like where you're from or your favorite Saints player, and I just want to chop it up and get to know some more of you guys. So hit me up on social media on all three platforms. It's the same name. So let's get right into it. Should the Saints go and try to trade for Quinnen Williams? So there's a report out there that the Jets and Quinnen Williams, their star defensive tackle, are, quote, aren't close to an agreement on a new contract. And so when you take a look at the depth chart, obviously the Saints addressed the defensive line need in the draft. They go get Bryan Bresee at number 29 overall, and then you go get the edge rusher Isaiah Foskey at number 40 overall. So right now, I know I have Foskey at starting over Carl Granderson. That doesn't necessarily mean that's how it's going to look week one. Obviously, you have to see how training camp and the rest of the offseason plays out, but I think that there's still good depth to be found. And at the end of the day, the Saints have 5 roster spots available. After they drafted everybody, after everything's said and done, right now, they have 85 out of 90 roster spots filled. And I'm just going to keep it real with you guys. That's all I do. I just keep it a buck with y'all. I'm real damn greedy when it comes to getting depth. I don't want to go find myself in a position where if you just join me, close your eyes, look back, think back into the 2020, 2021 season. You had all those injuries. You had quarterbacks getting hurt, wide receivers, linemen running. You had everyone getting hurt. Now open your eyes and say, wow, I want to not have that issue, because that's where I'm at. And when you look at what Quinnen Williams is able to do for the New York Jets last season, 55 tackles, 12 tackles for a loss, and holy cow, had to stop myself. Sorry. 28 quarterback hits, 12 sacks, and that was all done in 16 games played for Quinnen Williams. Now, a trade would not come cheap. It would cost you a first rounder, maybe even a second rounder on top of that. But he is one of those players that I think the Saints would benefit from having because he's still young. He is going to be expensive, but he would be a cornerstone piece right next to Bryan Bresee, and I think that it would be a smart move to bring him in. I don't know if it could happen. I don't know how realistic it is, because obviously the Jets are going to try and do everything in their power to keep him. And here's the situation. He's coming up at the end of his contract. His rookie contract is getting towards the end. So he's going to want to get paid. And when you put up numbers like he did with 28 quarterback hits and 12 sacks, you're going to want to get checks that are in the range of some of these guys like Vita Vea, Chris Jones, Jonathan Allen, maybe even as high as a Jeffrey Simmons or Daron Payne level contract. I don't think he's obviously going to get, or actually I don't know. Obviously, I don't think he's going to get an Aaron Donald level contract. But I don't also think that he's going to leave without a contract less than $20 million. That's just my idea. That's my thoughts, and that's my perspective on those things. So with all of that in mind, would you trade for Quinnen Williams? Type Y for yes, type N for no. You tell me, Saints fans. You might get hit with the YouTube ad break here, and so if you do, just take advantage of it. Scroll on down, share your thoughts, and I can't wait to see what you guys got to say. All right, so now let's discuss Bradley Roby. Could he be on the move? Now, I know I just said I love depth. I love having players and quality players and veteran players. If you have watched this channel before, these are all things that you know. That being said, should the Saints go on and try to trade Bradley Roby away to clear up some cap space, get a roster spot, a little bit more? We're going to talk all about it, but before that, help us out. Help me out. Help out producer Seeps. Help out boss man James Yoder by subscribing to Saints Now by Chat Sports. We take a lot of pride here in being Saints content by Saints fans for Saints fans. I've been a Saints fan since as long as I can remember. I came out the womb bleeding black and gold. And at the end of the day, I love to keep it real. I love to have some fun, be entertaining, but informative. You're not going to get better coverage across the internet. So help us out. Join our live shows. Be a part of the squad. Turn on your noties and subscribe today. We had an off-season goal of 15,000 subscribers. We are 813 away. So help us out and let's get that goal before week 1. So let's talk Bradley Roby. Bradley Roby is one of these players that it's tough. He's not great. He's not bad. He is just extremely average in my opinion. I don't think he's a bad football player. I think he's a quality football player. I think he's a football player that does good things for the Saints. But when you look at the production over the last 4 years, it's been up, it's been down, left and right. It just hasn't, he hasn't forced turnovers. He hasn't really been forcing pass breakups all that well. Sure, he gets 36 tackles last season and a tackle for loss, but the other thing is availability. He misses some time. And so this is where I want to bring this point up, because you do have Ugo Amadi, you have Lonnie Johnson in the nickel role. You also bring in players, you also bring in quality players through UDFA and the draft that could all fill in, help you out, play in the box, play in the safety. You know, it can do anything. There's a lot of versatility on this Saints defense. And I just think that if you were to move on from Bradley Roby, you would, A, be able to get some money back, some draft capital in the future potentially, and it's not like this whole kick the can down the curb thing won't eventually catch up to us. So, you know, save a few bucks here and there. The financials as they stand right now, if you got traded, or if they were traded him pre-June 1, the Saints would save just over $1.6 million next season. Now, if they wait until after June 1st, the Saints would save just under $4 million on their contracts this upcoming season. Right now, the Saints have about $13, $14, $15 million in available cap space, so that would even further open it up to go and be able to maybe sign a splash player or go and pay for a guy like a Quinnen Williams. I'm not saying that all of this is related and all this, but like I am saying here, you got to clear up some money if you want to go and make some of these moves, or if you want to bring in some veteran and quality depth. I think that these are moves that should be made. I will say this, though. Bradley Roby has provided good depth for the Saints secondary. It's not like he hasn't been any good. It's not like he just hasn't done anything. He's been a quality piece of the Saints defense. It's just my perspective is I think you could go younger. I think you go cheaper. I think you go and get something, or you're not, you go get younger or cheaper, or you go and ball out and really, really, really lock in some quality talent that will be there for, you know, the long haul. Obviously, you have to pay for it, but scared money don't make money. So that's just my thoughts on it. You could also trade, or you could also cut him, or just straight up keep him. So you need to be the GM. Put yourself in Mickey Loomis's shoes. What should the Saints do with Bradley Roby? Type T for trade, type C for cut, type K for keep. I think that the Saints might be able to get like, I don't know, a 6th rounder, 5th rounder, something like that. I don't think you're getting something crazy back, but if you can get if you can get a draft pick back, a late pick, it helps. You know, you can use those picks to package up and move forward and try and trade up to go get another guy in the draft in the future. Let me know, though. Be the GM, type T for trade, type C for cut, and type K for keep. Prove that you know ball. All right, so now let's get into the latest updates around the New Orleans Saints. We're going to be talking some news, talking some just general NFL updates and everything. And we are going to get into that, but I have these awesome jerseys I want to get you guys to get geared up with. Now, we do have the updated Derek Carr jerseys. They have the 4. It's the 0's the placeholder picture. It's fine, whatever. You also have Brian Brzee jerseys. We also got Chris Olave, Tyrann Mathieu. Hell, you can even go get Cameron Jordan, Marshawn Lattimore, Taysom Hill, Rashid Shaheed. I mean, am I missing anyone? I can tell you probably not, because we got them all at chatsports.com/Saints jerseys. Get geared up. They're all authentic. They're all Nike. It's all 100% real quality jerseys. So go get geared up at chatsports.com/Saints jerseys. Link is in the comment section and in the description of this video. So let's break down the off-season dates. This is notable dates for Saints fans to keep in mind. So the schedule release date is, as of right now, is May 11th. There's an asterisk next to it, and we will get to that in just a second. Rookie minicamp. It's going to be May 12th through May 14th. OTAs, they are scheduled for May 23rd through May 25th. May 30th through June 1st, and then June 5th through June 8th. And then mandatory minicamp is June 13th through the 15th. And then as of right now, Alvin Kamara's court date is set for July 31st. That should be right around when training camp is going on. So we don't have an official start date of when training camp is happening right now, but this is just some notable things, some dates to keep in mind. Also, another reason to turn on your noties, because I can guarantee you we're going to be getting you content on all these days about what's going on at each of these events. So in terms of why there's an asterisk next to the schedule release, Peter King is reporting that the NFL may delay the 2023 season release. That being said, it could still get released by Thursday. They're meeting with the league right now. The schedule makers are trying to figure out some last-minute details, some last-minute things, some of the international games, and just how it's all going to kind of work out, and the order of when you're playing all of your opponents. So be sure to subscribe, turn on your noties. We'll keep you covered on Thursday. If that's whenever the schedules get released, we'll be breaking it down, going through a full schedule release prediction or schedule prediction. And then also Kendre Miller, we got an injury update around him. So there are reports right now saying that New Orleans doesn't plan on pushing Kendre Miller because he had a meniscus injury late last season. So this is a notable information because Kendre Miller, third-round pick, is supposed to help out with the depth as Alvin Kamara may be facing or may be suspended. He's facing a suspension due to the alleged alleged incident that happened in Las Vegas during the Pro Bowl weekend. But Jeremy Fowler is the one who reported this, saying New Orleans ranked Miller highly in the running back class, believes in his game and loves the promise once he figures out the pass catching and pass blocking components. He's already a vicious downhill runner, and though the Saints are eager to see him in action, they will likely take it easy with him in off-season workouts and leading up to training camp while he recovers from his meniscus injury. But New Orleans might need Miller sooner than expected. So obviously this comes in. You know that Alvin Kamara is facing a suspension. If he faces that suspension, or if he gets suspended, it could be anywhere from 4 to 6 games, more than likely. But this is all, information that he's going to be good by camp. He's going to be fine by training camp. It's going to be he's going to be back and ready to go pretty much 100% by around the same time Alvin Kamara is shipping out to go do his court date. So, Dat Nation, get loud in the comments section for me. Help us wish Kendre Miller a speedy recovery. I need you to rapid fire type in KM in the comments section. And y'all have a wonderful day. I hope you guys had an incredible weekend, no matter how you are or where you tuned in. We appreciate you and all of our loyal subscribers. Dat Nation, y'all stay golden. We'll see you tomorrow.